welcome back to another edition of Raw out of 10 on the Wrestler Debate, and welcome to the season premiere and the go-home show ahead of Hell in a Cell. It's our first chance to see all of the new Raw superstars such as the Fiend and Braun Strowman, so let's get straight into it. And we started off with Alexa Bliss introducing the Fiend in the ring, and Wyatt made his entrance before Retribution came out to the ring. They surrounded Wyatt and Alexa, but then the lights went out and they were gone. The Hurt Business stormed to the ring, and then they started having a match for some reason. Back after the break, Bobby Lashley was hammering T-Bar. Slapjack was then isolated before MVP tagged in, and they were dominating for a while before Mace got the tag. The two teams were at a stalemate outside the ring before the Fiend appeared on the Titron. Shelton Benjamin was dominating and tagged in Lashley, who hit a spear on T-Bar and then a hurt lock for the win. After the match, the lights went out again. The Fiend reappeared and destroyed Retribution. This is a brilliant way to ruin your new hot stable, WWE. Congratulations, 5 out of 10, mind-boggling. AJ Styles was out next on Raw with the 7-foot bodyguard from Raw Underground, don't know his name, and Rollins had a Messiah complex, but it's not as good as his true leader. AJ's new bodyguard refused to leave the ring ahead of his match with Matt Riddle before he eventually did. Riddle started off strong, but AJ's bodyguard caught him out on the outsides. This allowed Styles to hit a Pele kick, but Riddle managed to hit the German suplex. AJ took another suplex, but caught up with Riddle on top. Styles recovered and hit the Styles Clash on Riddle for the win. 6.25 out of 10. Please don't ruin Matt Riddle. Thank you. McIntyre's being interviewed backstage and said he was going to meet Randy in the ring later when he's in Hell in a Cell before we got our Raw Women's Championship match, Asuka v Lana. Asuka was taking it easy on Raw and taunting Lana before Lana managed to get on top for a quick moment. Asuka then hit 2 kicks of her own and managed to lock in the Asuka lock for the win. After the match, Nia Jax's music hit and the bell rung. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax sneaked up on Asuka and took her down. And then Lana got sent through the table again. Original, 6 out of 10. Baszler and Jax were then in the ring and they were bickering for a little while before they called out tag teams who wanted to face them. The Riott Squad walked out, as did Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke, and a new team, Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce, who have just suddenly created. Why can't we have the Iconics? Who knows? And then we got in a 4-women tag team match. I don't know if it was for the title or not, but Brooke and Baszler kicked us off, and then a brawl broke out. Back on Raw, the Riott Squad was in control of Nia and Shayna, but Nia came back and hit some big news before the Riott Squad's double teams on Lacey Evans and almost got the pin. Shayna cleared the way, and Nia hit the Samoan drop in the middle of the ring to get them the win. And that match was just like that. I'm going to give it a 6.25 out of 10. It's all very odd, but it was an okay match, I suppose. Nice was out for a concert. He had a whole band with him. Nice. Now, before Hardy attacked him and beat him up, back on Raw, Tucker said he's going to find a mystery tag partner to face off against the Miz and Morrison later on. And then the New Day were out ahead of their match with Sheamus. And we did get into that match eventually. Sheamus started off strong and sent Kofi to the outside. Kofi hit the boom drop and pointed at Big E on the Thunderdome before going for the pin as Sheamus kicked out. Sheamus went for a cloverleaf and finished it into a pin attempt. However, Kofi kicked out. Mark Henry was then spotted in the audience before Kofi managed to hit the Trouble in Paradise to get the win. I'm going to give it a 6.75 out of 10. This was actually a very good match, and I'm kind of excited to see this new Day dynamic, actually. It's kind of getting better, to be fair. Staff Rally then unveiled himself as a SmackDown hacker. Wow. Just wow. Before Tyson O'Neill wanted to join the Hurt Business, but they attacked him. Miz and Morrison were out next and called on Tucker to reveal his tag partner, and he revealed the greatest luchador of all time, El Gran Gordo. Wow, flipping Harry. I wasn't expecting him to rock up. The Miz and Morrison obviously saw through this and knew it was Otis. Miz said he felt sorry for him, he's ruining the Money in the Bank and all of that, before Morrison and Tucker started off in the ring, and we returned to Raw, where Tucker was isolated early on. Otis finally got the tag in, before the Miz went for a scroll flashing finale on him, but R-Truth ran through the ring, being chased by Tozawa Gula. The Lucha House Party came out to support El Gran Gordo, or Otis, who hit the Caterpillar and then the Vader Bomb on Miz to pick up the win. Backstage on Raw, he was celebrating with Tucker, and Mandy Rose gave him some ham. How very lovely. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. On Raw, it was a hard-hitting contest between Braun Strowman and Keith Lee. Lee was tossed out of the ring and came back to attack Braun's ribs, which were damaged on SmackDown. Lee continued to dominate Strowman before Strowman hit a low blow and the referee missed it. Braun followed this out with a big boot and took Keith Lee down for good on Raw. However, afterwards, Lee returned with a low blow after the match and was furious. I'm going to give it a 6.25 out of 10. Nowhere near as good as the other one the other day when they were tossing each other over everything. This one was just a bit boring, if I'm being honest. Randy Orton was next out and stepped inside Hell in a Cell with a chair and sat on it in the ring. He talked about how he realised he was truly capable inside Hell in a Cell, ran through all about his matches before Drew McIntyre came out. Orton was locked in Hell in a Cell, thought he was safe, but Drew got some chain cutters and got in. The show ended with Randy just about to fight the champ. I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. Brilliant ending, not a bad promo, and it definitely made me want to see Drew v Randy inside Hell in a Cell, so this gets a 6.5 out of 10 from me. Raw gets a 6.25 out of 10 from me. Not the best Raw of all time, but definitely a lot better than some of the shows we've seen recently. The first hour was pretty awful, if we're being honest, but it definitely picked up in the second and third hours, in my opinion. It was just nice to have Raw without Seth Rollins versus Rey and Dominic Mysterio, to be honest. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channels on screen right. That would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.